This is the man with the money in his hand. Jeremy McGrath spraying the champagne over the crowds at the Sheffield Arena early October. We see the return of top-class international supercross to the UK after a 5-year absence. It took an exiled Yorkshireman, John Helen, of Future West Racing, to bring this event to life. And he attracted McGrath, #1, to attract also 10,000 screaming fans here to the Sheffield Arena. This man, Larry Ward, #6 on the Honda, the winner of the NEC Birmingham Supercross back in 1992, is also here in the UK. It's going to be a tremendous night for this packed stadium. They haven't seen top-class international supercross in the UK since 1992. It's back in 1997. And this is the man that these 10,000 fans have really come to see. 4 times US Supercross champ Jeremy McGrath, making his debut on a Chaparral Yamaha after winning all those titles for Honda.
I switched to Team Yamaha. I've only been on the team for just a week now, and had 4 days riding the bike, so I feel pretty good. We've spent some long days out testing, so I think it'll be good today.
And this is the #6 Honda of the man who dominated that Birmingham NEC Supercross back in 1992, 6'3" legs, Larry Ward.
This will be my 4th time. I raced here once as a professional and twice as an amateur, so I'm really happy to come back. I like it here in England. The people are all real nice, and it's going to be a good night.
And the #10 Honda, number 10 Damon Bradshaw, the man who held a record 10 wins in one Supercross season before McGrath came along.
It's quite a bit different. You know, it's a little more narrow and a little tighter in there, but you know, that's most of the time what we expect when we come over to Europe. You know, the stadiums are smaller and the tracks are smaller, so you know, it's kind of what I expected.
#1 Jeremy McGrath comes to the line for the 250cc International 20-lap final, ahead of #01, former British motocross champ Robbie Herring on his 01 machine. #1 McGrath, 01 Herring, and the men making up the ground like #100 Carl Stannard, #83 Bobby McMillan, and watch that snaking start for #10 Damon Bradshaw on his private Manchester Honda. This, of course, backed by Honda UK, this meeting, so they'd love to see a Honda at the front. And just look at Bradshaw, determined to stay there. Bradshaw first, McGrath second, 3rd place Larry Ward, 4th place Robbie Herring. But this is going to be a clash of the US Titans. Damon Bradshaw, who came within a whisker of winning that US Supercross title in 1992, and then from 1993 to 1996, the tremendous 4-in-a-row performance of #1 Jeremy McGrath. And look at that triple jump from Bradshaw. Bradshaw back with a vengeance on the Honda. #6 Larry Ward, also on the aluminium framed Hondas. So Honda are presently 1st and 3rd. That should delight Honda UK boss Bob McMillan, who's up there in the stands enjoying this tremendous final. McGrath goes for the inside, doesn't quite make it. Bradshaw, double and double. Ward takes the triple and then the double behind. Tries to creep up the inside. Already they're into traffic. They're going to be so much superior to the English blokes. And here we go again. McGrath tries the inside line across the whoops, doesn't quite make it. Damon holds on, holds on, holds on. Takes McGrath wide. Back skates through across the double. Ward right in there behind them. And this is really hairy stuff. It's a narrow track. There are a lot of back markers. Damon Bradshaw, #10. Flew to prominence as a 16-year-old back in '89 when he won the Japanese Supercross. Became an absolutely world favourite up until that dramatic moment when he announced his retirement, walked out of a £500,000 contract with Yamaha halfway through 1993. And look at Larry Ward. Larry Ward now attacking 2nd place McGrath. Bradshaw and McGrath triples out of the whoops, regains the momentum. Ward tries to take the inside line. McGrath has the steam, and suddenly he's almost right back with Bradshaw. This is a real seesaw 20-lapper. 10,000 fans absolutely glued to this one, and the marshals too. But now Ward's turn to make a mistake. Larry Ward drops back a little bit in 3rd place. Suddenly there's a couple of seconds airtime in front of him. But Damon Bradshaw has Jeremy McGrath all over his back wheel. Bradshaw now riding a private Honda. McGrath out for the first time on the Chaparral Yamaha. And try for the inside line again as they go off the whoops. across the double, across the next double. Oh, what tremendous racing. How can you stay side by side on a track as narrow as this? Jeremy tries for the outside line. This time they triple out of the whoops. Jeremy again goes for the inside line. Damon comes back. Oh, catches the front wheel of the Yamaha. Holds on to that lead. And it looks as if he's lost none of the fight and spirit and fierce determination that made him such a feared competitor up until the end of 1992. Here goes Bradshaw, here comes McGrath. And this time McGrath has made it stick. McGrath gets up the inside. Suddenly Damon finds himself nowhere to go off the berm. And Jeremy McGrath's up front. Tremendous roar from this crowd. Watch this again. McGrath's so fast off the whoops, and suddenly Bradshaw finds that he's right there blocking the way. So Jeremy McGrath now clear at the front. Well, not exactly clear at the front. I think Bradshaw's still in there, and Bradshaw is still in there. Coming for the inside again. Almost sneaking back underneath McGrath as they go onto the whoops. And here we see again, slow-mo, and Damon really made himself space then. McGrath, oh, leading on him. I suppose he had to with the back marker just in front. McGrath needed that right-hand line, and he got it. Now, Larry Ward, having taken a breather mid-race, would you believe you can do something like that? He's regrouped, got his rhythm back. Here he comes again. Larry Ward, fourth in the 1997 US Supercross Series, winner of the recent Fast Cross at Assago Seprio in Italy. Always saves his best results, it seems, for Europe. Now, all over the back wheel of Damon Bradshaw, looking for a way through, using the berm to get momentum over the tabletop. Bradshaw, second place. Number one, McGrath at the front. Here comes Ward. Ward looks for the inside line. Has he got it this time? I think he might have. No, Bradshaw holds it again. Oh, Bradshaw still only 24 years old. Ward now a veteran of 27. The two, oh, and he's lost it. Coming out of the right-hander. Wide over the berm, lost momentum. Bradshaw slips back to third place. But with only a couple of laps to go, Larry Ward has got one of those typical brutal charges on, and he's really... Oh, and Bradshaw's out of shape. Bradshaw goes down at the end of the whoops. But it's a long way back to the fourth man. In fact, a lap to be exact. So number 10, Damon Bradshaw, he'll stay third. He'll stay third, but on the last lap, Larry Ward is all over the back wheel of Jeremy McGrath. Things very, very tense at the front. Here they go, heading for the whoops, and this is where Ward is fast. He really pummels these whoops. Watch him across these. Halfway around the last lap now. Here comes Ward, fast round the outside. Oh, and he's got it! Greg Mills on the inside, number 37, just seemed to momentarily distract McGrath, and suddenly Ward had the pace round the outside. Here we see it again. McGrath goes for his inside line. It served him well till now. But there's Greg Mills, 37, right there on the line. Here comes Ward. Mills kindly stops, but the damage is done. Just one turn to go, and Larry Ward, winner at the Birmingham NEC back in 1992, looks like he's done it again. A win for Honda at the Honda-backed International Supercross Championship here in Sheffield Arena. Larry Ward wins, second place. Must be a desperately disappointed Jeremy McGrath.
Yeah, it was a real fun race. As you can see, the track was very, very tight, and there was a ton of lapped riders, so I just hung back there in third, and they got away from me a little bit there. I made one big mistake, but after I made that mistake, I just kind of regrouped, and I knew I could go just as fast as them, and I knew with the lap traffic that I could catch up to them. So I just saved my energy a little bit and charged real hard the last half of the race, and once I caught him, I went right by him because I had some momentum built up. So I think they both pumped up a little bit racing with each other. So it was a good race for me. I mean, it had to have been a spectacular race for the crowd because I was three really fast guys right at each other the whole race. So I'm glad it was a real good show. It was a sold-out show too, so that makes me really happy. So I'm pretty sure we'll be back next year.
McGrath, a disappointed but sporting loser.
Yeah, I had a great evening. My Yamaha was working really good, and I suffered a little bit from arm pump, so I made a mistake in the last lap there, and he got around me, but he was riding really good, and I just made a mistake.
So Larry Ward makes a victorious return to the UK alongside Jeremy McGrath and Damon Bradshaw. They'll be back next year for another star-studded event here at Sheffield Arena. There was also a 125cc international race in the 5-hour programme at Sheffield, won by number 4, Welshman Neil Prince, on a Honda. At the start, pre-race favourite Jamie Dobb, number 72, jams his Suzuki under the gate and hairs off dead last as Prince hole shots and opens up a handsome lead. Behind Prince, second place is number 38, Kelly Swanson. But all eyes are glued on Derbyshireman Dobb, back home after 4 years racing on the US circuits, where he finished second in the 1996 125cc West Coast Supercross Championship and learned to take no prisoners. Eventually, one of Jamie's many aggressive moves backfires. He hits the deck and loses vital yards on the leaders. Former British 125 motocross champion Prince is safe and tidy at the front. But Dobby, roared on and riding hard, recovers well. Swanson still holds second place on bike number 38, but not for long as Dobb reels him in. Jamie eventually snatches second place and throws his shirt into the crowd. International Supercross is back in the UK, and already a date is set for Sheffield 1998.